Ho ho! Howdy everyone. How are you doing? It is Optimus Gene, aka Eugene Stevens, here for Epically Geeky Gaming. Yeah, I'm doing this is the part two, the second part of the video games I remember getting for Christmas. Let's see here. Luke's Awakening is already in the chat. Nice to see you, man. Altered Feast. Yeah, almost. It's it's kind of funny, like, you know how like people will do different things for different holidays and stuff. um of course, here in the United States, turkey is like what we do for Thanksgiving and so on and so forth. But when it comes to things like um uh uh Christmas, I know people do different things. And tonight we're actually going to my grandmother's house, visiting with the rest of my family. And we're actually, I think someone is bringing a turkey, which is kind of traditional for Thanksgiving. But I'm also bringing brisket because it's Texas. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, I can't hang around. I'm working on Christmas dinner, dude. Absolutely, man. Go take care of that. So I'm glad you jumped in just for a few minutes anyway. So Super Mega Graphics should hopefully be here in just a bit. He was the one that kept telling me I need to play more games like yesterday when I did part one. But yeah, anyway, so we'll go take care of Christmas dinner, dude. And if I don't talk to you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and yeah, have a good Christmas. So let's see here. So let's the next game we're going to be talking about is and actually it's 4 games for one system. So I'm trying to, I don't remember what year this was, but the year that my brother and I got a Sega Genesis for Christmas was a big year. We already had a Super Nintendo, and several other of our other friends already had a Sega Genesis as well. And there were just some games that were just like, oh man, we've got to get this game. We've got to get this game. This game is so awesome. And so that's how we end up getting a Sega Genesis. So you too, man. Merry Christmas. And I will never forget. I don't remember how it came about, but I remember my brother and I finding out. Just Ray jumped and said, "Merry Christmas, Luke." Yeah, my brother and I found out we were getting the Genesis ahead of time. Like, we went into my mom's closet for something, and I can't remember what it was. And I don't know if she ever knows. I don't know if she knows this story or not. But yeah, we found out ahead of time, and we were so excited. But we did kind of keep it under wraps. And yeah, we ended up getting Sega Genesis on Christmas Day, and we got 4 games for it. I had to go back and ask my brother about this because I was just like, I remember we got like several games all at once, but I couldn't remember what they were and which ones they were or whatever. So I talked to him, and I think we've got it figured out. Might be a little wrong, but like I said, no one's going to go back and fact check my history unless you got a time machine. In which case, if you've got a time machine and you're going back to fact check my history, there's a lot better things I think you should be out there doing. Just putting it out there. So let's go ahead and jump into the first game. And that was when I got my Genesis, the pack-in game, Altered Beast. For the Genesis, came out October 14th, 1989. It was bundled with the Genesis originally. Showcased superior graphics and sound compared to older consoles. And yes, this is one of those games that, by today's standards, I don't know how this comes down. Like, I'm new to the whole online gaming scene, especially the whole, retro gaming scene. And so I think this is a good version of the arcade game. Now, there may be people out there that disagree with that, and if that's the case, you do you. But yeah, like, as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, somewhere around there, seeing that I got this console and seeing how awesome it was and how big the sprites were and everything, like, it was just head and shoulders above what you could play on the Nintendo. So Just Ray, I love and hated Altered Beast. I didn't have patience and kept getting hit. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely one of those games that if you don't get the power-ups the first time through, as it keeps going through the level over and over again until you get powered up enough to fight the boss, man, it gets harder and harder. So, all right, let's jump on into it. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Let's switch on over here. All right, and make sure you let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, too whatever, too something. So, Altered Beast on the Sega Genesis. Oh, that's right. I have to click into it here. I have to say, this opening music is just awesome. Now, do I remember the music for the other levels and stuff? No, not really. Power up. But that sound right there. That power up. And the fact that you could play 2 players was so awesome. Rise from your grave. And then, of course, that's also another iconic one as well. Don't we wish it was that easy to power up? Okay, whenever I was a kid, I didn't realize that that was a 2-headed dog. I don't know why. It did not look like a 2-headed dog to me. And I don't know what I thought it was. Like, I thought it was some kind of a weird, like a weird pig or something or another. Maybe because of the size. I don't know. All right, but see, like, listen, I've already got to the first boss. Have I wolfed out quick enough? Yes, yes I did. So see, if you get powered up really, really quickly, it's super easy. You know, the levels are not that long. Don't we wish things in real life would... Ah, I died. Would blink red whenever we're damaging it or hitting it or whatever. Like, you know how handy that would be if like, you know, you're trying to take off like a screw or a nut or something, and it would blink red or whatever, that you're at least making some difference on it. Good levels. Okay. Always thought it was a bull. Yeah, I could see that too. Problem is it's too small for a bull. It's a giant. Even if it was a pig or something, it's giant for a pig, unless it's like a wild boar. It's big for a dog as well. The only other problem with getting the power-ups all really quickly right up front is you also don't get that time to play as the advanced, you know, creature. You know what I'm saying? So, like, literally, I powered up into the wolf. I missed one. I powered up into the wolf, and that's it. I fought the boss. I got basically no time to, you know, mess around with the wolf. But see, I missed it this time, so he's going to run off and do his thing. I like how they reuse that bird thing from Golden Axe. So now I'm a dragon. I wonder why they decided electricity all around it. Like, you would think if you were a dragon, you'd be like fire. Doesn't that seem like the thing you would be doing? And my laser breath is okay, but it's the Blanca effect here is much better. Shoot him in the face.
Welcome to your doom.
I think I'm hurting it. It's blinking like I'm hurting it, but I can't tell. Get right up in its face. There we go. Morning routine, 150,000 points. Okay. And the dragon looks so weird standing here. Are you supposed to be going down to the different levels of Hades? Is that what this is? And yeah, these ant things are just kind of weird, to say the least. Also, I always feel like the kick has more range than the punch, so I tend to always use the kick. Oh, come on!
Power up.
I'm gonna die here in a second, and I'm out of continues. Yep, there we go. Do I want to go any further? That's the question. I've been doing this for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. I mean, this game is okay. It's not like... Yeah, we'll do one more. There's not a continue, is there?
Rise from your grave.
If there's not a continue, no, I'm good. I may have hit the wrong thing or done the wrong thing to not continue, so, but it is what it is. It's Altered Beast. It's a decent game, so. All right, let's go ahead and move on to what I feel are definitely better games that I also got as well, so. Different levels of hell make sense. Yeah, I agree with that, so. All right, so the second game that I also got when I got my Sega Genesis was Golden Axe. This was probably, for me, this was the killer app for the Genesis when I saw it. The first time I saw Genesis, one of my oldest friends, I'm still friends with him, he got a Genesis, and he was telling me and my brother and our friend Lewis about it. Oddly enough, Lewis that also was our same best friend that, you know, wanted the Nintendo system back in the day, and that I talked about on yesterday's show. Anyway, we were like, hey, yeah, my friend Danny said he's got this new video game system, and it's really cool. He was telling me about it, and he wanted to come over and spend the night. I was like, do you want to come over too? And he's like, yeah, let's do that. So, which by the way, that's, I don't know, maybe that's different kids nowadays, but like for my kids, like that's not a thing, is going over to spend the night at a friend's house. Like, they've done it once or twice, but like for me, that was a standard thing, like that we would do, was go spend the night at a friend's house and stuff. But anyway, so he brings over a Sega Genesis and he hooks it up, and like Golden Axe just blew me away, because I was like, I don't remember playing Altered Beast in the arcade. I do remember playing Golden Axe in the arcade. Now, granted, you're from the time you're watching it on a 13-inch screen, maybe a 20-inch TV, probably a 13-inch screen, to going to the arcade, you know, your mind plays tricks on you, and you're just like, oh my God, this looks exactly like it does in the arcade. No, it's not. It's not exactly the arcade, but it's damn close enough. But yeah, Golden Axe, released August 14th, 1989 as well, inspired by Conan the Barbarian, originally called Battle Axe, changed last minute. Apparently, like just last minute, they were like, oh, well, there's a Golden Axe. The one guy's carrying a Golden Axe. Let's call it that instead. And it threw off the team. They didn't have a chance to like change anything else or whatever. So, but yeah, and I believe the Genesis version of this game actually adds an additional level, if I remember this correctly. But yeah, we used to play the hell out of this game with me and my friends. So let's see here. Let's get over here to the game. Yep. So let's play some Golden Axe. Also, 1 or 2 players. Fantastic. And I remember we definitely got a second controller when we got the console. All right, we'll get started here. Go down to options. We're going to bump that life meter up. And we're going to change the controls around because Attack, jump, and then C to magic. Because, like, magic's the thing I don't use all the time, and I'm mainly using the way I have the controller set up. This makes more sense. I remember playing the duel was really awesome because you could play against another player, and you get to choose, I know, the 3 main characters, but I don't remember if you could play the other characters as well. All right, let's get started here. Now, who to choose? I mean, honestly, the two humans are pretty much exactly the same. Just, you know, you either got a big beefy dude, you got a chick in a bikini, of course, because, you know, reasons. Of course, I will say he's also not hardly wearing anything either, so I think this is pretty fair on this. And then you got the dwarf with his giant axe, and this is how you can cheat the game. So I'm gonna do that. Because if you can get an enemy just right, at the right distance, you can get them stuck. Also, I like his reverse attack better too. Love the fact that you could actually attack multiple characters or multiple bad guys at once. How did that kill? Now, how did that blow not kill that little gnome or whatever he is? Ah. Oh, I thought I remembered. Guess she was going under the theory if she can't have it, no one can. The only problem with him is the fact that I'm already maxed out on magic now. Oh, missed it. They do get super hyper focused on getting back on whatever mount is there. See, like I got him stuck. And this is when you use magic, right? You don't use the magic on just a normal fight. You use it on essentially the boss characters, essentially, at the end of the level. Altered Crease? Basserino? Or is that supposed to be cheese? Alright, so back up to level 2 on magic. Also love that jumping dive attack. Into the abyss with you. See, if this was newer hit detection, they would have like rammed into each other, which would have been awesome. But see, like, look how small the townspeople are. Are these just the kids that are running? Because even I'm towering over them. Give me that dragon. You know, LOL, Crease. Like full. Yes, Crease. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Get the dude. Oh, how did that one not hit him? What are you laughing at? That was a little odd. The skeletons. The skeletons are the freaking worst. All right, so question. Which one is better? Red dragon or blue dragon? I prefer the blue dragon. I mean, you get more distance with the red dragon, but... Do I need all the magic? Nope. Am I going to take all the magic? Yep. Think that guy's gone. Dang it. Oh, come on, get on that dragon. Try that again. This is probably the worst part of this game, is doing these jumps, because if you don't run and get the jump just right. Got it. I could go ahead. Oh man, I accidentally grabbed it. Yeah, why not? I know I said you don't normally use the magic then, but whatever. It is what it is. How did she run through that fire? Cheap. Bastarino, don't mind me, LOL. Giving into the madness of rushing, finishing up new computer build. Oh, really? What are you building, dude? Oh, you jerk. Not you, Bastarino. This giant goober. Oh! That was a meaty thud, too. These guys are kind of kicking my butt. Oh. Oh. That's no good. There we go. Got out of the way. Dang. I was going to say, I was doing really good until now. These two guys are kicking my butt. Wonder who Deb is. I wonder if one of those guys was named Deb. If that one is over far enough, I can use it here in a second. Nope, it went off the screen. The problem is they'll gang up on you from behind like that. Jerk. Gotta watch this guy. because otherwise he will straight do that. Come on, dude, get more swings in on him. No, I think it said Bev, not Dev. Dev would make more sense, but of course, I wonder what this 4949 RD number 1 is. Maybe the revision number? Don't mind. Okay, all AMD, Ryzen, Radeon, current gen, and pretty chunky factoral design mid tower. Okay. Yeah, I'm currently playing on the new old PC that I just built with parts that my brother-in-law gave me. And it's actually an Intel. I have not built or run an Intel chip. With the, I mean, I haven't. Of course, I have a Mac and it has an Intel chip in it. But like building a PC wise, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever run an Intel chip, to be honest with you. Because when I was into PC gaming a little bit and building and stuff a while ago, like 2 decades ago, yeah, I ran all AMD. What model were those? Thunderbird, I think. But I remember it was awesome because I worked at a little computer store, and I bought an AMD. I want to say it was an AMD Thunderbird 2400, which was like not the highest level, but close to it. It was like one away from being the highest level they had at the time. And it was cool because there was a hack you could do. Talk about way back in the day. You could actually see some of the circuitry and stuff on the top of the chip itself. And there was a gap. And quite literally, if you took a lead pencil and you drew in a line between two little resistors, you could overclock it into a 3200, which was the top of the line. It was like the CPU was like twice as powerful as it was before. And I mean, we all know that's how CPUs work a lot of times. You know, they make CPUs, they test them. If they don't meet the qualifications to be the top end, then it gets, then we'll just do it as another one. So, but yeah. But yeah, I was able to overclock that bad boy, so it was awesome. Bassarino, sweet man, no RAM crisis for me. Yeah, no joke, dude. My last build was a classic Intel NVIDIA combo. I'll say this, mounting a cooler, way easier AM5 board than Intel. Yeah, I'm not even moving to an AM5 in my next upgrade. I'm staying with AM4 just because I've got DDR4 RAM, and I don't want to have to deal with DDR5. It's just so stupid right now. In fact, my boy was thinking about going to an AM5 processor. But yeah, he's kind of reconsidering it because of the price of RAM. So, and I mean, I don't blame him one bit. Oh, you jerk. Stay down there while I take care of your friend. One hit, one life. I don't know if I'm going to make it past this stage. Ah! I got out of the way. Yes, continue. You almost really do need a second player to get past this on some of these levels. Like this shit. You know what? Screw y'all. Cheap ass skeletons. But yeah, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, I used to build and be into PC gaming like back in the early 2000s. Oh, that guy got stuck. I'm just going to let you sit right there, buddy, and then I'm going to kick your ass. And then I got out of PC gaming and stuff shortly after I got married. And I don't even remember necessarily why. I think I just was getting back into console stuff. Also probably money, to be honest with you. But yeah, and what's funny, so that was like the last time I really built a PC. And then my boy, Alex, wanted to start playing PC gaming. He wanted to get into PC gaming and stuff. And so what he did was, for Christmas, actually, so another Christmas memory, a few years ago, it's funny because the other computer I just set up for my boy Nicholas is actually pretty much the original build that we did for Alex. And it was AMD, yeah, it was a Ryzen 3, I don't remember which model, Ryzen 3. We used the built-in, because what he was wanting to play was very simple. It was like just basic built, with the built-in GPU, 16 gigs of RAM. For the time, it was fine for what he was wanting to do. And then he wanted to start, he wanted to start advancing, so he started buying parts and everything else. So anyway, as I'm building that processor, as I'm building that PC, and as I've built his upgrades and my new one, I'm just like, my God, I remember how hard it used to be. Like if you built PCs back in the day, you remember how, and this is how Cyrus, I don't know if Cyrus ever told this story, so I hope I'm not talking out of school here. I'm pretty sure he has told this story. But on the old processors, like you would set the plug in the processor, and then you would, lower the hammer, lower the arm down, and it would lock it into place. And then you would put the cooler on top, and then it would latch down around one side. And then on the other side, you had to take a flathead screwdriver and get it in this little slot and basically move it down and out and back around to latch onto the other side of the CPU mount. And I know Cyrus put a screwdriver through maybe not all the way through, but into a motherboard, and that's how he killed a PC one time. Still breaks my heart to hear that. But yeah, that was a pain in the ass. And so building these newer PCs, I was just like, man, the one I did before, this one was a little odd, but the one I did before, I think on Alex's current system, like it's literally you're just tightening down screws. It was so much easier putting on the heatsink for the CPU. And then like the fact that they move the power supply down to the bottom so it's not blowing hot air directly onto your CPU like in the old form factor. I was just like, oh my God, PC building is so much better than it used to be. And then I got to the header for the sound and USB and stuff like that, and I'm just like, why has this not been standardized yet? Like that to this day still drives me insane. Why is there not a standard header for power, reset, hard drive LED, and hard drive activity? That should be a standard plug. USB-C is a standard plug. USB 2.0 is a standard plug. Why can we not do that for PC builds for for those four things? It's a total of 8 pins. Come on, people, get on it. Let's see here. You mean CPU binning? As far as I know, AM boards are all reasonably similar. Yeah. I'm still trying to live out my dream of being a gigolo. Fair enough. So let's see. One guy kamikazing himself. One guy fell off, knocked the other one off. Good deal. I'll take that. Thank you. Now, if I can hold on to this dragon, I'll be in good shape. Ah! Got him stuck. I knew he was going to do that. Oh, you jerk. Got a foot to the face just then. Oh. So you doing anything for Christmas, Basserino? My family is doing our... Well, at least for Christmas Eve, we're doing our traditional thing where we go out to my grandmother's house. And ooh, I barely missed that. I was telling the other night, my one of my boys and my wife and I were driving around looking at Christmas lights. And I was telling my boy how things used to be growing up. One of the you know, if you get married, you know, you're in a relationship, you have to kind of merge, you know, your cultures and you know, your family, traditions and stuff together, right? And that was one of the biggest ones that I had to kind of give up on. I understand why and how it happened and everything else. But yeah, so this is the end, I believe, of the arcade game, and then there's one additional level after this. But anyway, so when I was growing up, my grandfather, loved him to death, like he just, like, Christmas was his deal. Like he was okay money wise. He loved Christmas, and I even have a slight memory of he sent my mom and my grandmother out to go do some Christmas shopping, and while they were doing that, he went into the closet and broke out part of my brothers and I's Christmas gift, and it was these big remote control tanks. Like, they were huge. Of course, I'm a little kid at this point, so it's probably not as big as I think they were. Now, they weren't RC controlled. They were, like, they had a remote and it was wired, but we got to break those out and play with them or whatever. And then we put them up, and he tells us specifically, all right, now don't tell mom and grandma that we got to play with these. And it's like, okay. And I'm old enough that I understand that, but my younger brother is still young enough that it's not registering. So quite literally, as soon as my mom and my grandmother walked in the door, my brother runs up and is just like, oh, hey, so we got to play with the tanks that we're getting for Christmas, and, you know, and just kept going on. And they were mad at him because, he's breaking out Christmas presents or whatever. So his response was, well, I guess you've got to go buy more toys since they now know about these. Like, he was just that type of man. But anyway, he literally thought we should do Christmas the day we got out for Christmas break from school, because his reasoning was, then we have 2 weeks to play with all of our new toys. Because otherwise, if we don't, we may only get to play with toys for about halfway through. And he didn't think that was fair. So he wanted us to have Christmas on like the very first day. And the reason why he got talked down on that is because I think my grandmother was like, the neighbors are going to hate you, because every other kid will be like, well, why did Santa Claus already come to the Stevens house and they haven't come to my house? So they fought him, and he finally settled on, let's do Christmas on Christmas Eve. So growing up, that was my deal. We went out to my grandmother's house, our grandparents' house, and we'd eat and visit and, hang out with family or whatever. And then all the kids would get, piled up into, whoever had the biggest car, and we'd drive around looking at Christmas lights. And during that time, that's when Santa Claus came. And so we'd come back and there'd be even more presents, and we'd open up presents, and then the next day we would go over and eat, but it wasn't like the big thing. Whereas like with my wife's family, Christmas Eve is just kind of okay. It's not really a big thing. But then of course, Christmas morning, they have a big, Christmas breakfast and then open presents and so on and so forth. So, or open presents and then do Christmas breakfast and stuff. So that was one of the things I had to give up on that because there was no way the wife was going to let us do Christmas on Christmas Eve. But I was telling my boy about that and he's just like, that's kind of weird. And I'm just like, well, it is and it isn't. So, but whatever. So, I love a foot to the face. LOL. I'm a lover, not a fighter. From what I know, next 2 days are my sister and her in-laws with my mom. Oh, sweet. Nice. All right. So if I can do this correctly. I think that one was too far over. Come on over here, guy. Come on over here, guy. Come on, dude. Nope. Come on. All right. Because if I do this right, I should be able to get 2 blast out. Dang it. Oh, that was luck. Oh, you jerk. Oh, man, I just picked him up and threw him like it was nothing. That was kind of cool. He's got that hammer. I don't want to get too close to him. But I'm also not getting a lot of hits on him either, so... There we go. Now, technically, it makes more sense for me to do this. And do level 2 instead of a level 3 because I can get more blast out of it and then one more level 1. Did I get any of the skeletons? No, jerks. Oh, forgot about that. Oh, missed him. I have an axe too. But I can't hit you with the... Oh, that was jank. Come on, come on, come on. I can do this. Should have hit it quicker. Got him. And if this was the arcade, I would have won. Okay, they had her by her arms. I always couldn't figure out what they had her hanging from. I thought maybe it was by her hair or something. I was just like, oh my god, that's hideous. But it was her arms. And see, the Sega Genesis, like I said, has one more level. Yeah, the achievement even says it isn't over. Yeah, get the hell out of here. No, I knew I didn't. Can you believe that? Oh my god! I just realized, like, now as an adult, that's the best way to get across that chasm. mean, the chasm was difficult for me just now, obviously, because I wasn't playing smart, but as for being able to easily dispose of these bad guys, this level is not well designed. That was interesting. I did the throw animation, but it didn't actually do anything. Dang, there's a hell of a lot of magic here. Dang, even more? Wow. I'm almost wondering if it did it by accident. Can I kick him off? Can I kick him off? That's mean. I mean, he is a thief, technically, right? Oh, jerks. I'm all about knocking these guys off into the oblivion. There we go. And see, like, some of these characters that are up here, that would be cool as if they were, like, in here as well, but they weren't. Is this my last continue? Yep, one more credit. I think I can do it, guys. I think we're going to do it. Prepare for the final showdown. Okay, good. It didn't get that other skeleton that's over on the left-hand side. Jerk. Dang! He hit me and then he threw magic at me. Maybe not. May not be beating this. But I can't remember if the skeletons are killable or not. Like, for some reason, I think they're not killable. Dang. So hit and then immediately magic. Oh man, I'm down to my last life. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh man. Yep, I'm out. Yeah, this is why you really need two players, because you need someone else to be able to cover you to take care of the skeleton so you can focus on Death Adder. So. But that was fun. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next game. Yet another banger when it came out on the Sega Genesis that I got for Christmas. The Revenge of Shinobi. This was probably the second game that my buddy had that I was just like, I have to have one of these. This game is too freaking cool. I have to have one of these. Released December 2nd, 1989. Released the same day in Japan and in North America. But there were unauthorized cameos of Rambo, Spider-Man, Batman, and Godzilla. And I always wondered about that. Playing this game, I was always just like, how did they get these like rip-off versions of these characters in this game? And they were literally just unauthorized versions. So they got pulled, but yeah, if you have an older version of the game, they're still in there, or it's close enough. So let's go ahead and move on over here and start playing it. Friggin' love this game. Don't care for the original Shinobi so much, but I friggin' love this game. And me and my brother both enjoyed this part right here. It's so awesome. Also really enjoyed what's it called? Shadow Dancer. I thought Shadow Dancer was a fantastic game as well, at least on the Genesis. Now, I do remember the cheat on this one and use it to this day. So you go down to options. We're going to change this around. Attack, jump, ninjutsu. Yeah, that's how I want it. We're going to do easy just because. But you drop down your shurikens to 0, 0, so you have no shurikens, and you just let it sit here. And after a few seconds, there it goes. The zeros morph into an infinity sign. So now I have unlimited shurikens. Shoot. There we go. Yeah, we're taking 2 hits. That's not good. And see, that's a bomb. But to me, I don't know what it looked like. A television or a... I don't know what it looked like. But you can see, like, if I didn't have the unlimited shurikens, like... And I'll be honest with you, I always forget that I even have the ninja magic, to be honest with you. I'm not doing good. Usually I can get through this level and not get hit. And while it is distinctively different than the dog creature on, what's it called? What did I just say it was? Altered Beast. It looks, does it not look kind of like the dog on, the two-headed dog on, what's it called? This part was confusing to me as a kid. Maybe it's not there that it is. There's a heart somewhere here. But this whole thing where you have to stand on like this thing and then go back was just kind of weird. But if you really pay attention to it, it makes sense. Take that one up. Thank you. Is it here that has the... Yeah, there it is. I knew there was a heart here somewhere. What's funny is I mean, like, I always noticed parallax scrolling on games and stuff back as a kid, but it was never like a big thing for me or anything. But now that I've gotten into, you know, this retro gaming stuff online, the number of people who point it out and, you know, talk about it, like Sai in particular, you know, just it cracks me up. I wonder why just kicking them... Okay, number one, these obviously cannot be people because, you know, they explode. So I guess they're kind of like foot soldiers in that aspect. But the way he looks in this outfit is just freaking awesome. Like, is it really very ninja-like? No, because he's wearing white. Take care of you that way, buddy. Because I couldn't do that. There we go. You gotta get that double jump just right so you can do the spin. Considering this guy's got to be a robot as well because he's going to explode. You would think he'd be a little smarter with his attacks. And say, like, once again, I forgot I even had the magic here. I don't really even use it. Now, I do use it here because it's helpful. The jumping magic is helpful here. And then you've got ninjas with, like, bat wings. Like, I love this game, but it doesn't make any damn sense. Ooh, that was close. Yes, I know I have to go up, but I have to get up. There we go. Man, they put a bomb right there. That sucked. Try this again. I didn't see that. Ninja Star, that was fine. Don't hit that one. I mean, I'm not worried. I don't know why I'm worried about getting the shurikens. I've got unlimited, but, you know, it's just one of those things that you do, right? Oh! I knew I should have done it quicker. Not ninja-like, I'm just Caucasian. Okay. Oh, I wasn't paying I was watching chat and I wasn't paying attention to the screen. Walked right off a cliff. See, why did I go back for that? I don't need it. I do need those. You know what I should do? I know this wears off, but I gotta be getting close here to the end again. Plus, it gives me a little extra time to get used to the jumping here. There we go. All right. Hey, Super Mega Graphics in Darth Maul voice. Shinobi. That was not Darth Maul voice. I know that. How you been, Sai? So far, we played let's see, Little Altered Beast. We played some Golden Axe. Actually got to the very end, the ending on the Genesis one, and then died because reasons. Is this considered good parallaxing, Cyrus? Oh, a lot of hearts on this one. Don't know what that was, but... Of course, Ninja's fighting a rave. Trichome's here. Dang, I miss Altered Beast and Golden Axe. Yeah, unfortunately so. He said the parallax is sufficient. I loved this as a kid. This jumping back and forth over the fence here. Oh, I think that's what I got. That symbol was dang it, they're nailing me on this. First, let me take care of fake Rambo. There are all kinds of kicking my ass on this one. Okay, how do I get it? Dead. Dead. I think I'm trying to go too fast as part of the problem. So, I was talking to Bassarino earlier. What's everyone else doing for Christmas and so on and so forth? Heading out to my grandmother's here in a couple hours. Make sure I kill all these guys. That's how I can get whatever that was. I don't think that should have been able to hit me like that, but whatever. So even the dog is a robot, because even the dog explodes. Everyone explodes in this game. Everyone's a robot. Oh yeah, I needed that. Oh, great. Yeah, I think I was definitely going too fast last time. Oh, I hate this level. If you've never played this level, I hate this level for one reason only. You're on this giant, weird airplane, and if the door opens and you're standing in front of it, it sucks you outside the airplane. Which, I mean, it's a cool mechanic, don't get me wrong, but it always seems like I get hit and then get knocked right where it is. The jumping is also kind of weird in this game in that... Seriously? That you, like, hover, essentially? Why can't I do the thing? See? Like that. That almost knocked me out. And then that door's halfway jammed. I don't know what's going on there. Another bomb. How come the bombs are smart enough that they can sense your proximity and won't go off until you get close? But, like, everyone else in here is like a moron. Of course, they're killing me, so I guess they're not that dumb, right? I'm trying to see if there was anything hidden there, but it doesn't look like it. Can't remember. Let's see here. We aren't doing anything for Christmas. Everyone is either sick, busy, or lives too far. Just wishing everyone well and doing our own thing. Yeah, dude, I get it. Like, you know, we've got family that would normally be here, and that's normally what we would do. But it's not happening this year. The other problem is no one has any money. So like you were saying, everyone lives really far away. So no one has any money for travel. My question is if the brain is protected, why does it even come out? Like, is it just like that curious? I mean, granted, if it did come out, I couldn't kill it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, from a logic aspect, why not just stay in your little container there, brain? And see, I probably could use Ninja Magic right now. But I've almost got him, so it's like, why not just keep going, right? Nope. Yeah, screw it. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll use that one. I'm invincible. There we go. I didn't even really need to use. I would have got hit once. Whatever. So maybe it's scared in the dark. Yeah, maybe. I guess so. Trichome. Heading across town to my mom's and sister's, and her family will also be there. We do party food and gift exchange, but a bunch of presents won't be here until 4/7, so I'll be running back to get them. 4 to 7. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't play too much longer here, so I'm probably going to wrap this game up here in a second because I've got a couple more games to show you and talk about. And the other thing about this game is there is a good and a bad ending. Actually, I think there may be more than just two. But I don't know if I've ever gotten the good ending. No, I take that back. I take that back. I know I've gotten the good ending. Because when you play the last boss, there's a... Like in the background, the ceiling is slowly but surely falling, and it's going to come down and crush your girl. And what's funny was we were playing this with my buddy, the one who actually showed me this game for the first time. And he was playing it, and he just was not having good luck. And it came down and crushed her, and she died. Like, he had beaten the game before and, you know, saw the ending and everything. And anyway, he the thing came down and crushed her. And he's like, well, it's over. And we're like, is it? What happens if you keep going, dude? And he's like, I don't know. Surely nothing. Well, sure enough, you get the bad ending. Which, honestly, I think it looks better than the good ending. Well, that was a net loss there. All right, yeah, so where I'm at right now, I'm just going to call it quits for here. So we may have to come back and play that one, like, you know, as a full game or something sometime, because I do love that game. All right, next up, of the 4 games that I got on the Genesis, for those who are late, when I got Genesis for Christmas, we got Altered Beast because it came with the system. We got Golden Axe. We got The Revenge of Shinobi, and the 4th game that we got was Strider. Released November of 1990. Once it was the first 8 megabit cartridge. 8 megs. That is insane. That's like nothing today. But that was a big deal back in the day. So I always thought this game was kind of interesting. Because just the way it looks and sounds, and it's very foreign, which I always thought was kind of interesting about it. It's just, I don't know, just something about it I love. That being said, I did have a friend, and I don't know if y'all remember this, there was a cheat, supposedly, that you could get infinite lives by using the Altered Beast cartridge. And I had a friend that wanted to try it on mine because I did have both games, and I don't remember if it worked or if I told him no, because the thing was everyone was like, well, but it might mess up your console. And I don't know how that would necessarily mess up your console. So what it was you would start, if I remember this correctly, you would start the Genesis with Altered Beast in it. And because it didn't have a locking feature like the Super Nintendo did, you would yank the Altered Beast cartridge out, and then put the Strider cartridge in, and then I believe hit reset. And if you did it correctly, supposedly it would give you infinite lives in Strider. But everyone kept saying that it would damage the Sega Genesis by having it turned on and having it removed. But I don't know how that would happen, because it would just be loading the game into RAM, and then once it restarted, like, I don't know. Maybe it would. I don't know. I didn't do the research on this. I was just like, yes, I remember this thing that you could do, but I don't ever remember actually doing it. So I always liked the bad ending better. They are mysterious and sexy. Sure, they might break your heart, but they are exciting and fun and way hotter. Fair enough. So without doing the infinite lives cheat here on Strider, I don't even know how I would get it done on an emulator, but here, let's play a little bit of Strider. Okay, switch over here real quick. But it's like, is that the last guy? Did I just watch him kill the last guy? Does that mean I automatically won? What's going on here? So yeah, it looks like we're in Russia. But like the blade is just insane. the way you walk around and move and stuff was just so crazy to me. Sounds like the stop and swap thing Rare wanted to do with N64 because some of the RAM memory from the previous game would be stored and carried over to the next game. Yeah, I guess so. And then the way you die, I'm like, are you a robot? Because you kind of explode in this weird way. We're going to go to easy because reasons. We're going to bump up to 5 characters. And we're going to start. And so, like, is that a magician that I'm fighting? What's going on here? Like, it's very tech heavy. But it's almost, it's not even like a blade. It's just like almost like a shield in front of you. And then when you get the extension on it, it's even better. And then you get a little robot helper. But like he does his own thing. He's like flipping around doing different things. Got another robot helper. This guy explodes, then there's fire. Like I said, this game was just like crazy to me as a kid. And the shots are so slow, mostly. Get another robot helper. Like, I should have been killing that guy. Like, the blade was clearly hitting that dude, but whatever. Where's the blade extension? And we go in here. We got lasers, laser beams. I forgot about the slide. See, I got hit immediately as soon as I dropped down. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Now we're cooking with gas. And then I go into what? Like the Kremlin or whatever? And then all the people jump together and form this giant, weird robot centipede? And they all explode. And there we go. That was the stage. It's just like, what is going on here? Having played the latest one first and then trying the older ones, I couldn't get into them. Yeah, I haven't played the newest one, so it'd be like that sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you go to, you're like, oh man, I want to go back and see where this started. Like, what was this game like back in the day? And you're just like, this is crazy. Oh, shoot. Am I screwed? Might be screwed. I think I'm screwed because I think I had to get in through that door. Yeah. So I have to die. I have to start over. Forgot about that. Shing, 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 shing. Now we're fighting a giant robot monkey. Like, seriously, what is this game? And then, see, I got killed because it exploded and part of it killed me. Like... See if I can get up here before the explosion. One little piece. Oh, you jerk. I don't know what that is, but I think I wanted it. I've got extra health and stuff now. That's good. Wish I could keep it for the next level. Okay, where do I go? Do I have to go over here? I forgot where I go. Nope, okay. Oh, of course I... Oh, man. Not doing good. Not doing good. Okay. Still not doing great. Probably dicking around here doing stuff I shouldn't be worried about. I think that's what I have to do. It's right there. Okay. And I'm down to 1 health again. Why can I not get up there? Yeah, I'll continue. Why not? I've got a little more time. Let's see. It's 1:30. Oh, at least I continued here. That's good. There we go. Okay. I was like, why can't I get up there? I thought I was getting up there close. I don't think jumping through the air, like somersaulting through the air while swinging a blade is probably the best idea. But, you know, each their own, right? Come on, dude. Are you going to come over here and fight me or not? Finally. Okay, and then this sucks. because if you don't make that jump... All right, more wolves. This was a cool effect. I do remember this, though, now. Not enough to not get killed. I'm late, but Mary, well. Now we're fighting a giant robot monkey. As one does, absolutely, yeah. 6-7, really? Frosted Shark. 42, 69, crab legs. Oh, Lord. I always thought these guys looked kind of like Ed 209. It is how you... It is right. Oh, that sucked. It is Ed 209, right? Or am I remembering the number wrong? That's a good number too, Tricone. Or very good numbers, I should say. Let's not quit playing with these dogs. What hit me? Man, I am not doing good at this at all. Of course, to be fair, I mean, I haven't played this game. Jeez, I couldn't even tell you the last time I played this game. But like Sai said, this is a game that I owned. So, of course I beat it and was good at it because it was one of the few games that I owned, right? You know what I'm saying? Always thought these were weird helicopter things. They're not manned. That's clearly not big enough for anyone to ride in to, like, drive it. And why is it going backwards? Why am I not flying forwards? You would think maybe they should be turned the other way around. Oh, that could have been bad. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Should I try it that way? There we go. I remember when I was a kid, I used to get graph paper. Oh, these women. Oh. See, like, okay, so, like, how are they kicking out and it looks just like my blade? Like, what's up with that? But anyway, as a kid, I remember getting graph paper and drawing airships like this for like my own levels of Strider because I freaking love this game. Love this game. I struggle in the Siberian wilderness, and yet I'm fighting women who are doing kickflips and stuff who obviously look like it is a Asian design, running around doing kickflips and stuff where their legs are just like blades. But, you know, we've already fought giant monkeys and, or, you know, robot monkeys and... So I guess nothing's out of bounds, right? But, like, how did I just hit that I barely tapped that thing and it blew up. I gotta stop trying to make sense of this game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my problem. Just go with the flow, right? That's wonky. It does not like that very well. Oh well. Okay, I've got 5 heart containers essentially. I just need to get them filled up. I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. Am I invincible? I'm going the right way. Can you grab onto it, Strider? Come on, dude. There we go. Ah, this game is punishing. Barely made that, but I made it. Oh, I forgot about those things that fling you off the ship. Oh, man. Forgot about those. It's crazy, some of this stuff. So if I jump here and then jump, there we go. The stuff that you forget in these games that, like I said, used to be like second nature to you. I walked right into that. That was not good. Yeah, how about you help me out here, robot guy? Oh yeah, the inverse gravity. And then this boss you have to fight with gravity when it's like crazy as hell. And there's literal atoms flying around you that are like the size of like a house cat. And then you jump into its orbit. Yeah, this was a cool fight. Got it. I killed the boss and got killed on my way out. Where do I die? Where do I come back? Oh, sweet. Okay, good. There we go. And there's like literally a pirate on trying to get off the ship. So, all right, let's see here. What do we have? Eugene doesn't have time for our nonsense. Wait, what? Okay. Crab legs, 41 foot. Okay. True. It's like this Christmas light necklace, by the way. What? Eugene doesn't have time for our nonsense. I have time for your nonsense. That's why I'm here. I like this Christmas light necklace, by the way. He's a true parent and teacher. He just ignores the chaos. Dude, you have to ignore the chaos. Well, to be fair, the chaos were kind of annoying in Sonic Adventure. I ignored them too. LOL. Chaos versus Chaos, yeah. Is a brass monkey. Sometimes all you have to do is barely tap it. That's nasty. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Oh, you know. What's your favorite game that has reverse gravity? Super Mario 64. Oh, good one. Metal Storm is a pretty good one. Man, I'm trying to think. Like I said, this was one of the big ones for me. I'm trying to think of another game that has reverse gravity that I really liked. None of them's coming to mind. But see, like, look how off that was. No, gotta keep running. Gotta keep running. Like Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm blue, so I guess I do have to keep running because I'm like Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, I hate this part. Because these things are kind of weird. And that one dropped. I feel like I'm getting hit. And, like, there's nothing to tell me that I'm getting hit except for when I actually get hit. It's weird. Oh, I don't think this plays that well anymore. I forgot about these Amazonian women. I literally jumped right up into her boomerang. Yeah, I don't know if that would play too well nowadays. I missed. Okay, good. I got back up here. And so now we're in prehistoric times because, you know, reasons, right? With dinosaur pterodactyls which technically I just learned a few years ago, pterodactyls are technically not dinosaurs. But yeah, they're robots as well. Got Triceratops doing stuff. Apparently the dinosaur just disappeared. And now I have to fight a giant robot praying mantis. I was hoping I could kind of hide there, but I guess not. All right. We're going to call it quits on this one right now. Wipeout also had a good one. Yeah, Amazonian women don't mess around. It's true. They don't. All right. So the last game that I had set up that I got, that I specifically remember getting for Christmas was a little ways off. And this one I do remember specifically Christmas morning getting it, firing it up because I was so excited about it. It is literally a port for one of my absolute favorite arcade games, and that is Killer Instinct Gold on the N64. Released November 25th, 1996. Console port of Killer Instinct 2 was supposed to be a launch title, but got pushed back. This game is prejudicing against robots. It might be. So I'm gonna admit something here. I went through and I was double checking, making sure that all the games and stuff were going to work for this stream. And as I was going through and was trying to play Killer Instinct, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it for the stream. I literally thought I was going to have to, and I may still have to. Um, I know I have checked the N64 previously to make sure it will play in RetroArch and everything on my system, and it does. The problem is the control scheme. Like I had to do research. I had to go way into the settings and find something because the way they have it set up by default for a N64 game for a 8-bit DOS style Super Nintendo like controller is they have like A and B here because that does map to A and B, which doesn't make sense because A and B are here on the N64 controller. You have L and R, which is normal. I want to say either R1 or R2. I want to say it's L2. I'm sorry. I think L2 is the Z button. But the way they have it set up is like these two buttons were dead. There's nothing connected to them. And quite literally, they have the second joystick set to the yellow arrow buttons. So up, down, left, right. Can you imagine trying to play a fighting game where if you want to use medium punch, you have to push up on the joystick? Like I kept messing with it and messing with it. And even though I would go in there and reassign a bunch of stuff, I told it like I was like, okay, this is going to be this button, whatever. For whatever reason, my A button would not connect. It wouldn't do anything. And I was just like, why is this so frustrating? And so I literally thought I was going to have to drop this off of the stream today because I was like, I'm going to have to invest in either a USB N64 controller, which I may still end up doing, or I'm going to need to invest in that 8-bit DOE N64 controller that came out for, I cannot remember which one of the two consoles it is. It's like $40, $50. I just don't know how much, like on one hand, I could get a $20 USB N64 controller. I just don't know how good it's going to be. But then I'm also like, well, I'd want a better controller if I want to go back and play these N64 games. But on the other hand, it's also like, well, how often am I going to be going back and playing these N64 games? Does it make sense to spend the extra money on that? So I'm kind of at a loss right now. I'm not dying to go back and play a bunch of N64 games. If I was, I would probably go ahead and break down and get the 8-bit DOE controller, because I did see where people have, there's a mapping you can download, and basically someone had it all figured out and everything so it would work with RetroArch. I would do more research on that before I would actually commit. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure that out. Luke's Awakening. Must have been nice to get games for Christmas. I always bought all of my own games. Dude, I get it. Like, sometime or another I'll have to go in depth on my story growing up, because there were times where literally my mom was like pawning her wedding ring. I mean, just whatever she could, so that she could make sure that my brother and I had like a Merry Christmas. Like it was that ingrained in her. And I'll never forget that. But yeah, like there were definitely Christmases that were pretty tight. And yeah, it's just kind of crazy. So, in all fairness, my mom was a single mother, so she couldn't afford much of anything. Yeah, dude, same thing. So, my parents got separated. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of this. My dad had a home building company in the 80s, and in the 80s, and we were doing very well. We had quite a bit of money. Like we were pretty well set. And then the bubble burst here in the housing market, and we lost everything. Like we had a boat, we had this big, like really nice house. We lost the house, we lost the cars, we lost the boat. My parents separated, and then on top of that, my grandfather had cancer and was dying, and it really threw my dad for a loop. And so anyway, my parents separated. My mom was working 3 part-time jobs at the time, and was putting herself through college, and ended up becoming a teacher, and then moving up, and before she retired, Was an administrator at high school. But yeah, like there were definitely times that we didn't have hardly anything, but she would pawn things and get it back in, and yeah, just a lot of stuff. So KI Gold, or otherwise known as Eugene's Revenge. I can't stand using shoulder buttons on fighting games. Yeah, dude, like I can do it, but it's not great. It's not great at all. What it ends up making me do is it ends up making me not focus on using those buttons. That is one of the reasons why I loved the N64 controller for this game, because you had you had two sets of three right in a row, and it was great for that. But yeah, so like I said, if I end up, that's a good point though. The only problem is that on that N64 controller that 8BitDo just put out, the crosspad and the joystick are reversed in this order, and I prefer having the crosspad up here. But I don't know, it may be something that, because I was just thinking, if I did go that route and spend the extra money on it, I could use that for other fighting games I want to play, and then I would have all of the buttons laid out. That's a damn good point, Trichome. I think you may have just sealed the deal for that 8BitDo controller. So that's why I haven't played a fighting game since the arcade. I've always hated using anything but a joystick or fighting games. I know you can buy a joystick, but I wouldn't use it. And see, I've never been a joystick guy. Like, I've always preferred the crosspad for fighting. I get it. Like in the arcade, that's what you use. You use a joystick to fight. But I've just always preferred a crosspad. But yeah, having 2 rows of 3 buttons, like, that's definitely the way to go. Eugene is always bragging. She's really... Angel trees have a special place in my heart because I was on them for most of my childhood. Dude, I get it, man. My Ghostbuster group has not been able to... We just haven't had the energy or time or whatever to raise money for toys and stuff again. But yeah, like a lot of Ghostbuster groups do that, and I want to get back to doing that. I think if the economy can start to recover a little bit and people have more time, that's something we definitely want to do. But yeah, we've sponsored families and stuff like that when times have been better, and done donations and everything else. That's part of the reason I do the Ghostbuster stuff, is it's a way that I can give back. Because like I've even asked my mom as an adult, I was like, were we ever on food stamps? And she said no, just because I refuse. It's that mentality of I don't want the help, I don't need the help, but you really do need the help. And so we definitely qualified for it. We just never did. So my parents divorced when I was a little kid. This is Trichome. And remarried. One of the upsides was I got double Christmas presents. One year I got a Sega CD at one house and a Game Gear at the other. Dude, Trichome, you cleaned up. That was nice deal. Neither one of my parents remarried. But they remained on okay terms. And then the older they got, they became friends again. So like when my dad passed away, it like really hurt my mom. Because they had become friends again and would hang out and whatever. In fact, later on in life, just years ago, man, it's starting to get kind of old at this point. We started playing board games again, and that was a fun night to have, mom and dad and my brother over playing board games and stuff. And so, yeah, that was a thing. That's why I know some people, I understand Will Wheaton is take it or leave it for some people. Some people like Will Wheaton, some people don't. I will forever owe him a debt of gratitude for the show he did on YouTube, Tabletop, because that got me introduced to newer style board games that I bought, board games that I took to family, meetings and stuff, and actually kind of really brought my little original home family, me, my mom, my dad, and my brother back together. And I told him as such, like, I was like, I want to meet the man and tell him, listen, thank you for that. Like, that's a huge thing you've done for me and will always be a big impact on my life. So, let's see here. Bastarino time. It's always amazed to me grown adults come into work and openly say, I don't have time in regards to anything. It's a phrase of my generation. Yeah. Like it is one of those things that I know I say I don't have time, but on the other hand, it's you don't make time. That is the honest to God's proof. You don't make time. I can say I don't have time to go work out. No, I don't make time to go work out because I could stop doing YouTube. I could stop doing shows. I could stop doing Ghostbusters. There's things I could do. It's making time for it. So, super mega graphics. I was raised in Siberia. What? In a nomadic tribe and exiled gorillas. Don't ask me about it though. It's pretty sensitive. Sure, Sai. Sure. I know your origin story, so we're not going there. Let's go ahead and get into the game. So like I said, I had to go into the settings and I pray to God they're still set because otherwise I'll have to go back and find them again so that I can go here and play some Killer Instinct. All right, so what Cyrus brought up as to Eugene's revenge. Technically, this was Eugene's first strike, not Eugene's revenge. I was a jerk. I was definitely a different person growing up, and I was a bit of a jerk at this point. And when Sai and I first met, we just instantly hit it off. We were instantly like brothers, but we also had that like brotherly rivalry going. And so I was pretty awesome at Killer Instinct in the arcade. And when I got Killer Instinct Gold, he came over to the house. And instead of being a good friend and like helping him learn how the combo system works and how the controller works and all that other stuff, I proceeded to just pummel him on a game. And I can never remember, maybe because my brain is blocking it out. And so I went over to his house one time and we were playing, was it Virtual Fighter? I can never remember what game it is. And he did the same thing to me. So I don't feel bad about it. I got my just desserts on that. He beat my ass on that game. And I think after that, it was more of an understanding of, hey, if you want the other guy to actually play your game, how about not be a jerk about it and show them how to play? So I remember when Will was a regular feature on FARC. Yeah. Beat your chest, Sai. Absolutely. Nope, that's right, because I have to click in on it here. The music on this is so good. Make sure this is going to work. We're going to bring the difficulty down a little bit here. All right, so let's see. So quick punch, medium punch, fierce punch. Okay, good. So it's working. All right. So the thing about this game is, and there's focus training, which is cool because that's how you unlock other things. The thing that's cool about this game is through the combo system, and I mentioned this the first time I was playing the other KI on the Super Nintendo, as you start to build combos, as you use the 5 different finishers they have, it makes them get larger and larger and larger. And then it unlocks a 6th combo finisher. And once you unlock that one, if you manage to do your ultra, it becomes like even longer than it normally was. Super mega graphics. I like Jerk Eugene. He shows up once in a while still. He's hilarious. I try to keep that guy at bay. No video. Interesting. Why? Switch over here real quick. Switch back. There we go. Okay. I don't know that was weird. I like how I said that too. That was weird. Okay. I can play with multiple characters on this game, but TJ combo tends to be my main one, my main go-to. But see, this is what I miss about fighting games. I literally went in, picked a character, started the battle. Okay, that's right. I gotta go back and then forward again, so. I wonder if I had to go in and change like how much power the hits and stuff are, because like that was pretty quick. There's some graphic distortion still on the screen, but it's all good. Nice. Not nice. I did change this to easy, right? Yeah, I've still got to get my... Oh, that was the mini ultra. I forgot about that. Is it down? I'm forgetting what the other thing I usually use to start a combo was. Yeah, it's been a while since I played this one. All right, let's try someone else. I'm usually pretty good with Saber Wolf. Little Saber Wolf versus Saber Wolf here. So it is still weak, right? Yeah. I gotta go weak next. Dang, he knocked me right out of that one. Oh yeah, and then there's stage kills as well. So if I knocked him off far enough over here, he would have gone down a well and died. Let's see here. I was so mad at Eugene. I never played this game and wanted to learn it and get all caught up in Killer Instinct. But after he put his finger in my eye, that kind of killed my enthusiasm. In other news, Virtua Fighter 2 on Saturn is awesome. Yeah, that's what he beat me on. And thoroughly. Can get an ultra. I've been there, Sai, but then I break out Soul Calibur and things change drastically. Dude, Soul Calibur is such a good game. Man, he just tore my ass up. Love the combos on this game. Oh no! What happened? Wrong thing. Hit the wrong buttons. I forgot what the... Got me. We'll try someone else here next. Who else? I'm okay with full gore. Of course, I used to be better with everybody, so we'll try full gore. But I liked you could in this game you can also unlock other versions of the characters, like different skins and stuff. I hit the wrong thing. I may have to change that. There we go. I also wonder if maybe I have it set to too slow. My timing is way off. Yeah, this is definitely something I'm going to have to get back into playing if I want to get back into fighting shape, as it were. Because I'm trying to remember what her opener is. Is it down roll forward? No. It's not back and forward. I don't even... Man, I forgot her moveset. I have barely touched him, man. Like, this is not good. I'm gonna have to go back and play the training or whatever. He kicked my ass all the way around. That was bad. All right. Is there anyone else I want to try? Jago's a rolling, I believe. Right? Yeah, I think it's rolling attacks. Yeah, there we go. So, okay. question is opener medium or fierce? It also doesn't help that I'm using this controller and not an actual N64 controller. Once again, talking about having all the buttons next to each other, because like it was easy. If you start with a medium, then you go to weak, and then you go to fierce. Generally, as the moveset goes, we'll give Glacius a chance. Why not? And I think I'm going to wrap it up here pretty quick. Wrong thing. Gotta quit hitting that. He's got my number. Yeah, it's not happening. I'm gonna have to do some training, get back into fighting motion here. So, but yeah, so those are some of the games that I absolutely 100% remember getting for Christmas throughout time. I'm sure there were probably some other ones that I've forgotten about. Some of them that maybe I don't even have, and like I said, I've forgotten through time. Because I'm sure we've all gotten a game or so, either for a birthday present or a Christmas present or something like that, that was just like, oh, thank you. You got me a video game from my system that I didn't really ask for or want or care about. Cause we've all gotten those that are just like, oh, I can't believe I have this game. But most of those tend to get lost through time because you're just like, all right, well, oh, so you can sell things? That's cool. That's a cool idea. Of course, you can't really do that now with everything being digital, but it is what it is. So, I'm going to be leaving the house here with my family in a couple of hours. So I need to go warm up the brisket, get it started. So we're ready to go. And we'll have a Merry Christmas tonight. We'll go visit my family. And then tomorrow I think my mom's going to come over. But other than that, like it's just going to be my little family. So we'll see what the boys get. And I'm sure I'll be putting stuff together. I mean, I know what they're getting, so I know I'll be putting stuff together. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks to everyone who was in the chat. Super Mega Graphics, thanks again for showing up, even though it was late. Tricom, thanks for being here. Let's see, Bassarina, it was good talking with you, man. Luke's Awakening. Make sure I'm not missing anyone here. Both of my boys jumped in at one point. Yeah. Going back here. Not going to let me go any further back here. Oh, Ray jumped in for a little while. So, but yeah, so if I don't talk to you before then, because I'm not planning on doing another stream tomorrow. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of hang out with my family and do whatever. Now, who knows? This weekend's a different story. I may decide to do a stream or two. And if I do, oh, look, Wolfus is still in here, one of my boys. PC parts? You wish, son. You wish. I have seen your list for what it is you want to upgrade to. That's not happening. At least not from us. So anyway, so everyone on the chat and for everyone on the site, have a Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Stay safe out there. And I guess we'll see you next time. Bye, Tricom. epicallygeeky.com, where you can find all of the shows that we do, including the Epically Geeky Show, Marginally Geeky Book Club, Creatively Geeky, Sustainably Geeky, EG Live, and EG Gaming. But before you do, make sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. And if you're a person with a human-style body, why not head over to our TeePublic store and grab a t-shirt, hat, shorts, or whatever else they sell to cover that body. You can find the link in the show notes. And thanks for supporting us here at Epically Geeky. See you next time.